MHD is pleased to welcome Bruno Elorrioros, Aveda's Advanced Artistic Director, demonstrating a multi-dimensional melted balayage featuring pointers on colour range, triangular placement and saturation. Niamh has fine, coarse, wavy texture and thick density. She is a depth of a level 7 with a level 9 and 10 highlights.
Welcome to MHD. My name is Bruno Elorrioros. This is my model Niamh, and I'm going to create a multi-dimensional melting balayage technique on her hair. I'm going for lighter effect tone with pastel shades, blossom pink, peach and apricots.
Bruno applies suitable protective clothing. There are 2 stages to this colouring technique. The first stage is the balayage application. Bruno begins by sectioning off the fringe in a curved section from the recessions to the round of the head, isolating the fringe. Then he creates 4 quadrants with a central section to the nape, then over the head from ear to ear.
This is my sectioning for Niamh. The section is very simple. I'm following the haircut and the hairstyle because I'm going to create a multi-dimensional effect going lighter from her natural hair color. I'm doing the hair into 4 quadrants, separating from the top of the ear, going through the point of distribution all the way back down to the other ear. I'm separating into 2 quadrants at the back, and I'm going to take some horizontal section to create that sort of multi-balayage technique. For the front section, I had my 2 other quadrants, so I'm separating in the middle of the top, and then I'm separating the fringe section, which I will work on horizontal sections.
Bruno applies suitable protective clothing, gloves and an apron. Bruno starts with the horizontal section on the right-hand side of the back quadrant, approximately 1.5 centimeters thick. Bruno then takes a curved slice deeper in the centre. Bruno applies Enlightener lighter powder with 10 volume. He applies the colour approximately 2 centimeters from the root at the side and 5 centimeters from the root in the centre of the section in an arc. Bruno then places a spatula underneath and saturates the product from the mid-lengths to ends. Please note at the top of the section, Bruno places less product and lightly applies to diffuse. Bruno places in a foil packet to guard. Bruno repeats the same process on the left-hand side, ensuring a balance of saturation. Bruno works up the head with parallel sections and the same process, mindful of his diffuse saturation and a methodical technique with even sections. Please note the sections will be affected by the density of the hair. Next, Bruno works with the left-hand side using horizontal sections and the same sectioning technique and product placement. Once Bruno reaches the parting, he leaves out a small veil for a diffused result. Bruno then works with the same technique in the fringe with slightly finer sections on the front hairline for a subtle placement. Bruno repeats the same process on the second side. Bruno processes according to manufacturer's instructions. Once Bruno is happy with his lift, he rinses according to manufacturer's instructions. Next, Bruno resections the hair. He creates a section from the tip of both ears over the head. He then creates a central section from the front hairline to the nape, making 4 quadrants. He then sections from ear to ear over the occipital bone. The nape is then separated into 4 triangles. He then creates 3 triangles on each of the mid-panels. Through the top there's a deep triangle from recession to the top of the head. He then sections around the parietal ridge, which creates a square and a triangle on each side. Each section will be subdivided using multiple tones, therefore clean sectioning is essential. Bruno prepares 3 colours. Bruno works with the first triangle in the nape on the right hand side and sections it into 2 horizontally. He uses foil to guard and applies a soft lilac made of 40 grams of ON colourless colour treatment plus 1 gram of pure pigment violet plus 1 gram of pure pigment blue and 80 grams of 5 volume. He works 1 centimetre away from the root to the ends. To the second portion, he then applies an apricot peach made of 40 grams of ON colourless colour treatment with 2 grams of pure pigment orange plus 5 grams of pure pigment pastel violet with 40 grams of 5 volume. Bruno repeats the same process on the second side. Bruno splits the second triangle on the right and applies a blossom pink to 1 section made of 40 grams of ON colourless colour treatment plus 1 gram of pure pigment violet and 20 grams of extra lift cream plus 60 grams of 5 volume. He applies the soft lilac to the other with the same technique. Bruno repeats the same process on the second side, this time using the blossom pink and the apricot peach. Bruno then works with a larger triangle on the right hand side, just above the back of the ear. He works with the 3 colours, the soft lilac, then the apricot peach and then the blossom pink. Bruno continues, alternating colours, visually assessing as he works, applying 2 colours to the smaller sections and 3 to the larger. Bruno finally works with the fringe area. He uses diagonal slices from the right-hand corner. He applies the soft lilac and the apricot peach randomly throughout this section. Bruno processes according to manufacturer's instructions, then rinses.
Here's my model Neve with a finished look with those beautiful pastel shade of colors. I hope you like it.
The final result, a coalescence of understated, harmonious tones for a modern Sylvan muse.